In this video, we start exploring the relationship between archives and digital presence through Wikipedia, how Wikipedia can act as an archive in itself, and how it can be used as a tool to sift contemporary curatorial practices.
So PTT stands for Post, Telephone and Telegraph, and in Switzerland they were together from 1849 to 1997, and after that they divided into companies, into the Swisscom company and to the Swiss Post, and we just have the historic documents. And we are together in a foundation with the Museum of Communication, and we try to work together in some parts, for example at long-term preservation or digitization. I work with Wikipedia since 2006, and I was responsible for the Archives Day in Switzerland with Gillian Kant together, and we thought it might be great to use Wikipedia because it's a huge platform where everyone knows. And we were aware that archives are mainly, in the eyes of the people of the society, are boring places where nothing really happened. And we thought that might be the great opportunity to show in our archives are the history and the lives of the people. And we want to share it with you. We are here to get to know what your parents, grandparents were doing and so on. And that's why we started a collaboration with Wikipedia in 2006. And since then, we had more or less every year a Wikipedia workshop, especially with universities and Wikipedia together, where we were writing some articles. And we tried to write articles also where the feminist part, the women part, were always a part of the article. We wrote, for example, about the telephonists. They were workers for only women, just only women, since the beginning of 1880. And the whole article is about them. And it's an article which is used quite often. We can use the statistic tool because the German article of the telephonist is only about the man telephonists. So it's a great example. It's a great example how you can change the view of the people because you show life or the views of the women if you write the right article. Or, for example, the workers for the states, Beamte in German. We made an article with SBB Historic together, and there's a part, usually a part, where it's written when the first Beamtinnen were allowed to have that status in Switzerland and to have a cadre, a management career. And that was in Switzerland in 1971. Bis 1971 galt, wer heiratete, musste aus dem Dienst treten. I think it's my passion about it that you have to make the history you want to tell people. You can use Wikipedia to tell that, but of course in a way that it's quite normal, that it's not something special, but you can show this is the history and this is a part of the history.
For me, in archive, what is important, there is a lot of information, of free information. There is not authored rights or something like that. For me, it's very important for archivists to bring this information on the public place. Wikipedia for me is a public place, and to say to the people, hey, here, there is information, you can go here. There is, I don't know what yet want, but there is some images, there is some data, and there is all this information in archives. For me, it's important that archivists are a mediator, and we help to find this information in archive. It is very interesting for us archivists to have all this history, all this modification, because that's Wikipedia. It's not just a publication you can read one time. Now you have the history, you can see, okay, there is,
a story behind.
So the project in the Bibliothèque of Bienne is with women. There is a few women on the public space. There is here two statues, but there is a lot of streets with men names, but not with women. And then the project in the Bibliothèque of Bienne was to bring these women on the public space, not on the streets, but on Wikipedia, and to bring all these histories with women. And okay, there is here this woman is very interesting, or this movement is very interesting, and you can write this history on Wikipedia and not on our notebook here, and nobody can read it. So okay, come with us. Bring your histories of woman history here in Biel.
Hallo, wolltet ihr zu dem Workshop? Kommt schon mal rein. Kann ich schon mal vorher reinlassen.
Taking part within these 3 weeks, but not all of them every weekend. So there are performances and workshops who are only taking place sometimes. And project is from an association called Designathon, which was founded in 2015. And we're now in front of Kino Roland at Langstrasse, which is a very busy and lively street in Zurich, but also with lots of contradiction of different people looking for different needs. And this cinema was a former sex cinema, which we can inhabit now for 3 weeks, and do an exhibition called Bodies, Desire, Identities, Reclaiming Roland. And there we find it very interesting to actually work with this physical space and with also the history of the space, and also kind of provoke these kind of interactions between people who are on the street or at the street, and also people who want to see the exhibition. And the exhibition is 27 artists who exhibit and be part of the exhibition within these 3 weeks. Some have like a permanent object which is exhibit, some have a performance or a workshop which only takes once or twice, and they all work under the topic of feminism in public space, and loosely kind of went in the direction of one of the topics, bodies, desire, identities, to also make a context to the space and to the history. I mean, I would say this as a space is very explorative, and also we really try to work with experimental formats, how you can actually teach and talk and maybe work around the topic of feminism. And we also explicitly use this aspect of using arts and design as a practice that we can maybe find new approaches also for other people, how they maybe can interact and encounter with the topic of feminism. So I think also in the context of like a very, or within a museum, because I mean this is not a museum, it's only an exhibition, but I think there I would like to see even more aspects of people be able to interact with like these really important topics of society on many different levels. So I mean that's why we also curated the program to be a mix of really different things, where you sometimes really can actively taking part, sometimes you are maybe part of a performance but it's more on a consumer level, and then also of course with the objects which then very differently can also read and really kind of explore them in your own time setting, so that there's many levels on how you really interact.